One thing we know is that on the global stage, nothing goes for nothing, family. My lovely people, let me make a call. I am pleading with everybody. Our platform is growing. We need more support. Kindly subscribe if you realize that you have been watching us for long and then you are not a subscriber and you have not even liked this video yet. Please do that for us. We need your support, all right? Respect. Nothing goes for nothing. If you have been following this platform for long, you will hear me repeatedly saying in some of my videos that anytime at all, even I made this statement on my live sessions, anytime at all you see the United States breaking down policies and trying to make adjustment and pressing the neck of people, hit the street with rules and regulations, it is time to bring people to the table of negotiation. They don't just do things like that. You can be on a good terms with them in terms of, let's say, tariff policy, visa policy, or whatever policy. The day they begin to make changes, hanging it on reasons, just understand that it is time they want to bring you to a negotiation table. And everything cannot be good. Then you come to the negotiation table. So they need to press some buttons that will make you to come and say, oh, what's going on? What did we do wrong? You understand? So that's why I said these people always operate on their mood. Now, the United States of America and Ghana on visa banter. Something is going on, lovely people. I don't know if the United States just suddenly realized that we've made mistake or not, but brothers and sisters across Africa and diaspora, this is a story about visa policy between Ghana and the United States. Not only Ghana, but other Africans also. But Ghana is in the picture because of a reason. And this is about power, negotiation, and the way the global powers deal with Africa. Let me break it to you. Ghana has just gained its 5-year US visa privilege. The question is, at what cost? So let's unpack the story together. Then we get down to the analysis. The United States Embassy in Accra has officially lifted visa restrictions on Ghana. Good news. This means Ghanaians applying for non-immigrant visas can now enjoy longer validity periods. For business and tourist visa, the B1/B2 category, it is back to 5 years, multiple entry. For student visa, the F1, the validity has been restored to 4 years, multiple entry. This is good news for students, business people, and families who have been struggling with this short, restrictive visa since July. The U.S. Embassy in Ghana actually celebrated this announcement publicly. They posted it on their page, saying that they were pleased to restore this benefit to Ghana. So among all the countries that are facing this, Ghana is the only one who is out now. So this is actually good news, beautiful news, amazing news. And we must celebrate that. And let me say kudos to the foreign minister for his hard work. But let's be clear, this cannot be a goodwill, or let's say this was not just a goodwill. This actually came after months of high-level diplomatic engagement between Ghana and the United States. Ghana's foreign minister, Samuel Ablakwa, someone who I love so much, he has confirmed that the U.S. Under Secretary of State for Political Affairs, Alison Hooker, personally informed him during meetings at the United Nations General Assembly. So yes, Ghana negotiated very hard, but the negotiations always involve trade effort. There is no empty negotiation. So why were the restrictions there in the first place? I said it from the beginning of the video that look, the restriction is part to engage Ghana on a particular agenda. I believe so. It has always been so when they want to bring it to a negotiation table. But they always hang their decisions on reasons, because in July 2025, you all know, Washington limited Ghanaian visas to just single entry, 3-month permit. What is the reason? According to the United States, it is because of high rates of overstays, especially among the students. And the question is, what changed now? What measures are being put in place to make sure that they are not overstaying again? And let us be clear, not be hypocritical. This move by the United States wasn't unique to Ghana. This was actually part of America's visa reciprocity framework, which basically says we will treat your citizens the way you treat ours. But here is the twist. The United States also used visa policy as a tool of leverage. Now, this is actually connecting to something very interesting. 2 months after the visa restriction by the United States, Ghana suddenly agreed to accept deportees, not just Ghanaians, but some West Africans from Nigeria and other neighboring countries. So this is where analysts are drawing the connection between this visa restoration and the deportation agreement. Does it mean that Ghana cooperated with the United States deportation demand and in return the United States lifted the restrictions? But we are not sure. We are just asking the question and drawing the line because the whole thing connected. President John Dramani Mahama himself defended this particular move of the deportees coming in. He said it was in line with ECOWAS Free Movement Protocol, which already allows West Africans to enter Ghana without visa. So in his view, Ghana wasn't giving up sovereignty, or Ghana wasn't giving up its sovereignty. It was just simply honoring regional commitment. But the question remains, did Ghana trade deportees for visas? That's the question on board. So to be clear, nothing goes for nothing on global stage. And this particular story raises bigger issues and questions for Africa. Why is it always Africa that must bend when it comes to mobility and migration? That's the first question. When Americans and Europeans come to Africa, they get extended stay, sometimes even visa waivers. But when Africans travel abroad, the rules are harsher on us. The restrictions are tighter on us. The second point is the use of visa as diplomatic weapon should concern all of us. And it needs to stop because it shows that African nations are still vulnerable to pressure. Instead of dealing with us as an equal partner, these nations, the powerful nations, they often tie our freedoms to conditions which need to stop. Thirdly, this is also about our unity. If Ghana alone must negotiate with Washington, the balance of power is always unequal. Because whether you are from Ghana, Nigeria, whoever, you are African. So imagine if African Union or even the ECOWAS negotiated collectively on visa, trade and deportations or tariff with the United States or these powerful nations, our bargaining power will be far stronger than what we have right now. That is why the Pan-African voices, we keep calling for stronger regional integration. Because to be frank, a united Africa could resist being dictated to, whether on visas, trade tariff or deportation policy. No matter how powerful you are, it will be difficult for you to override the decision of 54 countries together. But this is a good news because for the ordinary Ghanaians, this decision will ease the travel burdens. Students won't have to reapply for visas every year, saving time and money. Business people can also move freely between Washington and Accra. Families can visit relatives abroad without this constant, reapplication. So it's a good news. Even officials in Accra are celebrating this as a diplomatic win, and I celebrate with them. Ablakwa, I don't know on what term, how are you able to do it, but we are just drawing the analysis, trying to connect the dots. We are not sure what is going on, but what we know is that nothing goes for nothing. And the feeling we are having is that behind this, something is more complex, perhaps. So yes, lovely people, Ghana has its 5-year visa privilege back. But the bigger lesson is clear. Nothing in global diplomacy is free. Every benefit often comes with strings attached. This is another reminder that Africa must negotiate from a position of unity and strength, not from the weakness of individual countries making separate deals. Because at the end of the day, the question remains, will we always need permission slip to access the world? Or we will one day build an African so strong that others will need permission slip from us. But lovely people, I don't know your thoughts. What do you think? Did Ghana make the right call in accepting deportees to restore visas? If that is the case, make sure you drop your thought in the comment section and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to be part of this family. Respect.